fresh bread rather than breadcrumbs. Using fresh bread adds more moisture to the meatballs instead of taking out the moisture, which is what a dry breadcrumb would do. So I start by taking off the crust. Now that I have the breadcrumbs torn into small pieces, I'm going to add some milk and add about 2 tablespoons. Okay, now it's all mashed up. We're going to add some Parmesan cheese. About a 1/4 cup. One egg, and a little bit of pepper, about just 1/8 teaspoon, and then plenty of salt, about an entire teaspoon of salt. Mix that together. Now I'm going to add in the ground beef. We're going to mix that together with a fork, being careful not to compress the meat. You want to keep it light and fluffy. Okay, now the mixture is well combined. We are going to put it on a baking sheet to bake. I use an ice cream scoop to form the meatballs. Lightly pack them, and then put them on a baking sheet. Now the meatballs are ready to go in the oven. I put them under the broiler on high for about 4 to 6 minutes. The meatballs are done, and you can tell because they're just a little bit brown on top, but they're still nice and tender in the middle. You don't want them overdone. The next step for the pasta is making roasted tomatoes. I'm using these small Roma tomatoes because they're really easy to find any time of the year, and they're great for sauces. And so we're going to really bring out the flavor by roasting them in a high oven. So I'm going to cut them in half. Place them on the baking sheet. I'm going to drizzle a couple tablespoons of olive oil. A couple tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. Lots of salt and pepper. The last ingredient for the tomatoes is just a touch of sugar. And really, this is just going to make it taste just a little bit more like a fresh summer tomato. Now they're going to go in a 450-degree oven. Okay, all of the ingredients for the pasta are ready to put together. I just have to assemble them in my bowls and then put them into individual baking dishes. So first we're going to make the sauce, and we're going to start with some heavy cream. It's 1 cup of heavy cream. And then I've got one small can of tomato puree. Next we'll add the ricotta cheese, about a cup of ricotta. and then the mozzarella cheese. Now we're going to stir all this together. Now for just a little bit of kick, we're going to put in just a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper. And I'm just going to crumble the meatballs up just a little bit. And mix it well. Now it's time for the pasta.